Hello everyone, we are here tonight at Michigan for race number 5 of the NAOR Cup Series. As qualifying right now underway. These drivers are going to be fighting for the DI9 Designs Pole Award. Jonathan Barker was fastest in practice here at Michigan International Speedway. He's still looking for his first win of the season. Last week he just got passed coming to the white flag by Josh Adams. And a great battle there, the long race there for 200 laps at Charlotte, longest race of the season. As we have 176 miles here at Michigan, as currently drivers underway, like I mentioned, in qualifying. We will see who wins the DI9 Designs Pole Award. As currently on the racetrack, we have 5 machine of Giovanni Klein coming off of turn 4 right now. Gonna try to go as fast as he can in this qualifying session. Just through 1 and 2 he goes. Down the back straightaway. Michigan kind of just a little bit of a lift to racetrack here in these NextGen cars. Not a lot of the braking. Only 650 horsepower in these NextGen. Hugging the bottom on the yellow line on the bottom there, go wash up the racetrack a little bit, get that momentum, carry it down the front straightaway he goes. As he comes across the line, it's gonna put him in. He's second right now, and Kyle Taub goes quickest for now. As Giovanni Klein gonna park it there, only set one lap. As in NAOR, you only have that one lap, so you don't get the 2 laps like you see in most other leagues. You're pretty much one and done. Some other drivers on the racetrack. We got Nathan Lamon on the racetrack right now, setting his lap. Currently on his out lap as Zachary Meredith goes up the second right now. Kyle Taub still on that pole position. As Justin Quimby goes up the 6th. Nathan Lamon coming across the line there. Completing his out lap, gonna set his actual lap time. See on the bottom of your screen right there, you'll see the fastest and current lap right there for Nathan Lamon. It's currently a little bit under less than 2 minutes left in the session. Jonathan Barker on the racetrack right now. Cody McCorkle, as Cody McCorkle goes up to 2nd. Sim Wade goes up to 5th. As other drivers' lap times are coming in here. Mike Campbell gonna be coming in here right there. Into 46.45. That one did not count, so he will not have a complete lap. Nathan Lamon ripping the outside wall off of turn 4. Come across the line. Can he get inside that top 5 and maybe that pole position? No, he won't. But Jonathan Barker, top of the board with a 39.117. Parker goes the pole with 1:20 left. As Chris Wright on the back straightaway right now, setting his banker lap. Got Marcus won that as well, and Donnie Kite, Josh Adams, last week's winner at Charlotte as well on his lap. Chris Wright as Josh Adams, the winner last week, goes the pole by 8 thousandths of a second over Jonathan Barker. As Chris Wright almost pole position there, just 32 thousandths of a second off. Very close lap times within these top 5 positions. As Donnie Kite gonna set his lap as well as Mark Kisswiller. Actually, Mark Kisswiller in the pit lane, not gonna be able to set a lap, so he will not put a lap time in. Just not enough time for him to do so. Must have hit the wall or had some sort of incident point there during his hot lap. But here comes Donnie Kite off of turn 4. What can he do? Coming to the line. 15 seconds left. Going under the white line, and right now it says he's on pole for position, but he's on 3rd. The timing score was a little bit off there, but he's very close to that pole sitter Josh Adams, and he will win the DI9 Designs Pole Award. Josh Adams gets pole here tonight at Michigan. It'll lead us to the green. Josh Adams gets pole here for tonight's race. Last week's winner. He gets pole here tonight at Michigan. We'll be right back with a quick break, and we'll be back with your starting lineup here for tonight's race.
White flag, 1 lap to go. You see Prop in it. He makes his move into turn 1. Side by side with race lead. Mariners the stick with a 24 machine of Snyder. Peach gets a little wall. Gets a little Adams into the inside. Side trap is hitting 3. Adams will try to pull the slider. Side by side on turn 4. They're going to make a little bit of contact. Parker, does he have enough fuel? Can he get the run off turn 4? Kyle Todd in the race lead. Does he have enough? Into 3 and 4. Both these drivers both seeming in the entire run. Can he stretch enough fuel? Parker loose on the bottom. He's going to lose it. Kyle Todd, he's going to save enough fuel. He's going to win at Fontana.
Have to keep an eye on it. Just about he's going to get a good run, but Parker's going to shut the door. Behind him, there's Porter and Moreno.
Moreno's going to dive to the inside. They're making contact for lead with Porter and Moreno. But Parker, he's going to have a run because he's down in 3. He's going to go 3 wide. 3 wide for the teammates for the lead. Drag race to the line. Jaden Porter is going to win it. Quimby goes right off turn 2. Happy Eckers right as well. Big crack behind him. Cole Snyder is going to win the season opener at Atlanta. Down the back straightaway, here comes the outside lane. Cole Snyder getting pushed by Cody McCorkle. Nathan Lemon in the lead on the bottom with Giovanni Klein pushing. Zachary Marion right there in third. Coming to the trial one more time. It's Nathan Lemon. Klein's going to try and pull the side trap right at the line. Nathan Lemon is going to pick up the win. Moreno tries to clear. Oh, it's clears themselves, making contact with Klein. Klein gets to the wall.
Oh, Adams! Tell you why.
A big move.
What a move there.
Right, Parker, side by side, to the line. It's going to be a drag race. They both run out. They get pushed by Happy Egg across the line by 1/1000th of a second. But Jonathan Parker, he locked it up at the end of stage 1. Jonathan Parker, our season 5 champion.
As back live here at Michigan, we go quickly through our starting lineup here for tonight's race. Josh Adams wins the pole here tonight. Jonathan Parker alongside him in second. They were 1-2 last week at Charlotte. Going to be 1-2 starting here tonight at Michigan. Donnie Kite in third. Chris Wright fourth. Out top fifth. Cody McCorkle in sixth. Becker Mayer seventh. Jared Skinner in eighth. Simway ninth. Giovanni Klein in 10th. Cole Snyder 11th, Justin Quimby 12th, Hunter Sr. 13th, Jake Millsap in 14th, and 15th is Steven Maggio, and 16th, Mark Kissenweather, 17th, Zachary Tyler, Nathan Lemon in 18th, Josh Arnold 19th, Mike Kimball 20th. That is your grid here for tonight's Michigan race. There's 2 pace laps in total here for tonight. So like I mentioned, 88 laps in total, which is 176 miles at this 2-mile racetrack. There'll be a lot of tight racing here in these next-gen cars. Last race here before we go to the new next-gen package, whatever that looks like, with the iRacing update coming up next week on Tuesday, the June 10th build. So we'll see what changes that brings to these cars and how different they will drive, as based off what the iRacing has kind of released so far, the driving will be completely pretty much different. It will be more tire wear, more aero, more realistic aero push and aero just aero in general as well. So next week at New Atlanta, which is a super speedway, so won't probably affect these cars too much, but then we have a week break, and then we go to Le Mans, 24-hour circuits of Le Mans there, which that will be a very interesting road course to watch these drivers race at. But in the meantime, we're going to be racing here at Michigan. 88 laps here as base car pulls off. And we're about to go green. Into the Gaga resource zone they go. And green flag is out. Josh Adams leads us to the field. Oh, they're getting the back. As one driver away to the inside. I think that's Zachary Meredith in that 17 machine. Very loose already on the start. And Jonathan Barker already takes the race lead. Chris Wright follows him through as Josh Adams cycles quickly down to third. As he goes from first to third in an instant there. Might even be fourth here as Cody McCorkle in that fourth place spot. Looking at us good, so some good momentum down this back straightaway. Has a draft from Chris Wright. And Josh Adams goes from first to fourth here on the opening lap. As 3 wide in the back somewhat. As they single file out front for the most part. But Jonathan Barker will lead lap 1 here tonight at Michigan. And like I mentioned, kind of in the pre-race, it's going to be a little bit of a pack race type of deal that you're used to seeing at Talladega Daytona. But a little bit more skillful, a little bit more lifting and whatnot, but still somewhat of a pack race until these tires really wear out a little bit. So these restarts are going to be very hectic for everyone throughout the field. You got to lose and gain a lot of positions. You got to be a little aggressive, but not overly aggressive. As I mentioned, that 3 wide there, it's Donnie Kite on the inside, on the middle there. That's Cody McCorkle right there, and Giovanni Klein up to fourth now. As Klein shuts the door on Donnie Kite on the inside line. Kite got to push him up there, up to the top 3 now. Its top 3 have kind of broken away. As here comes Josh Adams, just at the fastest lap of the race there in third, right behind that 28 of Chris Wright. As now for the race, he goes right to the bottom of the racetrack. Can he pull the slider here on Jonathan Parker off of turn 4? Not going to be able to do it quite yet. Coming to the stripe, but he's not going to lead this lap. Jonathan Parker will lead this lap. But a little bit of help from Josh Adams should allow Chris Wright to get a good run down to turn 1. He's got clear for the race lead. We have a new race lead out front. But goes up the racetrack a little late, so Josh Adams is going to take advantage of that one. He's got a little 2-for-1 special here through turn 1 and turn 2 and down the back straightaway, but he has no help as he's all alone on the bottom lane. But he's still alongside his teammate there. He's going to send it into the inside race of the racetrack, and their poles are back out in front here. And he's going to lead his first lap of the night. Even from starting from pole position, Josh Adams did not lead lap 1, but will lead lap 5 at the stripe. John Barker has lost a few positions there. He's not on the 5th place. Led lap 1, was in second there, second, third. Now he's on the 5th, and he's kind of defending now from Cole Snyder in 6th. There's a lot of movement has happened in the mid-pack as well. Zachary Merrick had that issue on the the initial show of the race, down in last place in 19th. So unfortunate for him right now. See if he maybe make up some ground. But back out front, it's Josh Adams, Chris Wright, and Giovanni Klein sticking on the outside line. He's not quite to the outside door of Chris Wright. He stays behind him. A good shove there. Down the back. Will Wright take it? No, he won't. He's going to stay behind Josh Adams for now. Kind of like I mentioned, this is kind of a super speedway type of race, so you want to work with your teammates. Right now, you got Juicy Spider Racing out in front, Juicy Spider Network out front. Those two cars working together. And just kind of just staying out in front, just pushing each other and working together like I mentioned. But now Giovanni Klein on the outside as a run. He's going to get some drive from Josh Adams. He's going to kind of tandem jack down the back straightaway. Not quite clear of Chris Wright just yet. But they're going to be alongside each other in turn 3 and 4. But I think Giovanni Klein will have to run off of turn 4. And he'll clear for second here down the front straightaway. But Adams is going to give the draft to his teammate there from behind. So right with a good run out into turn 1. Here comes Jonathan Parker. Will he make it 3 wide? No, he stays behind. There's a 2x2 for second and for fourth. As Giovanni Klein now clears for second. Chris Wright now side by side with Cody McCorkle. And we're already 8 laps into this one. Lap 22, I believe, is the stage in 44. As Giovanni Klein all the back bumper of our race here now. As Jonathan Barker gonna make it 3 wide for third. Chris Wright on the top. Cody McCorkle on the top. Chris Wright on the bottom, excuse me. As they come across a stripe 3 wide. Will Cole Steiner make it 4? No, he thinks better of it. He goes back up top with Cody McCorkle in that 82 Menards machine. Oh, McCorkle gets a bit loose there. Wright gets a little tight. Up the racetrack he goes. As he might lose another position there with Cole Snyder. But good run off the corner for Jonathan Parker as he side the draft. Cody McCorkle down the back straightaway. And into turn 3 and 4. Will Parker use a little slide job here in turn 3. Not quite enough momentum though to make it happen. As these guys really fighting hard for that 3rd place spot. As McCorkle does now clear Jonathan Parker. As 10 laps into this run right now, and the tire where has been no fall off right now. Looking at those lap times, Josh Adams' last lap was pretty much identical to his best. That pretty much goes to the rest of the field as well. So there's been no tire fall off here so far tonight. Already 10 laps in this one. There's Donnie Kite and Stephen Maggio in that weed machine. Maggio falls back in line. As here comes Marcus went to the inside. It's for around that 8th to 7th place spot. It's back out in front, mostly single file. Most of the drivers kind of staying calm for now, but here comes Jonathan Barker to the inside. Gonna try to take a look for that 2nd place spot on Giovanni Klein. Parker gets very tight in the 1-2. Klein squeezes him down just a little bit, but Klein clears down the back. And good run for Cody McCorkle and Cole Snyder. Gonna try to freight train on the outside and get around Jonathan Parker. Not quite clear yet into turn 3. Parker hanging on the inside for now. There's a little bit of a gap there. He shoots the gap up the racetrack. McCorkle gets a bit loose. As here comes Donnie Kite with a big shove to Cole Snyder there. As Jonathan Barker kind of just stuck on the bottom lane with Chris Wright as some help there. But Chris Wright was not to his back bumper, so he didn't really help him too much on the front straightaway. As once again, 3 wide. Donnie Kite on the outside. Cole Snyder in the middle. Jonathan Parker on the inside. I think Donnie Kite might hit the outside wall there. Off of turn 2. As there's still 3 wide, 3 abreast for 4th. Going down to turn 3. It's a little tight there as here comes Stephen Maggio through the middle. Oh, might make it 4 wide here. But Jonathan Barker does, as Cole Snyder and Donnie Kite fall back a little bit there. As the top 2 right now, Josh Adams and Giovanni Klein, looking good so far here. As these lap times have gone by pretty quickly. Already lap 14 in this one. Got 9 more to go to the end of the stage. End of stage 1. Parker all the way to the bottom of the racetrack on the trial pretty much there. As everyone up top gonna try to freight train Jonathan Barker. As like I mentioned, he's pretty much the only driver on the bottom. There's a few drivers going to the bottom as well, but you got Cody McCorkle up ahead, went to the bottom there. But he's now sliding back up to the top. Here comes Cole Snyder now, looking for a slider in turn 3. Cody McCorkle way up the racetrack, rubbing the outside walls. They're 3 wide behind Cole Snyder. Jonathan Parker on the inside now, 2 wide. down the front straightaway. Steven Maggio goes shoot the gap there as he's worked his way back from the back of the field up to the front, up to third place now. Here comes Donnie Kite, also shot the gap 3 wide there as well, following that 51 machine through as they're 2 by 2 by 2. Second all the way down the 6th as Steven Maggio got really tight off of turn 2 as the tires are starting to wear out. Some contact there. Javon Klein hit the outside wall. Cole Steiner not going to push him as a 3 wide once again, but it's allowing Josh Adams to pull away our race leader. He's like what he likes what he's seeing in his rear view camera as once again 3 wide here for third. Donnie Kite trying to do something here on the inside line. It's now 2 wide here as this is, like I mentioned, a very racy racetrack here at Michigan as Jonathan Barker with a huge shove to Cole Steiner on the top side as Cody Merkel kind of just stuck in the middle with no help. As Donnie Kite really is ripping that inside line right now, trying to make something work. As Jonathan Barker, bad run off for turn 2, he might hit the outside wall. There's a 3 wide ahead of him. A lot of 3 wide action here at Michigan. As Parker has fallen back down to 9th place. Our current points leader struggling here early on. Might not even get stage points as now he's down in 9th, like I mentioned, as he's kind of right in the middle of the pack, the Hornet's Nest, as they're 4 abreast there. Right for 8th, 9th place, 10th place right there as now they go 3 wide through turn 1 and 2. As this is some crazy racing here early on this one. We're not even to the end of the first stage quite yet. And still Josh going for position. And Josh Adams still leads out in front. He currently sits 9th in the points. 9th overall in the points. As Cody McCorkle a bit loose off of turn 4. Right in front of Jonathan Barker. Go back out up front. Steven Maggio has caught up to Josh Adams there. And Javon Klein and Donnie Kite working together as well at 3rd and 4th place spot, trying to catch up to these top 2. As if we look at our biggest movers so far, the top 3. Steven Maggio up 13 positions, up the 2nd now. He's going to look, make that one more and try to take the race lead here and win the stage number 1. And he'll take it there. And the turn 1, I think he'll clear Josh Adams. And yes, he will. From the pretty much the back to the front now in 20 laps. What an amazing performance so far from Steven Maggio. They're out in front now as they're blocking a little bit behind him. That's, I believe, Cole Steiner and Mark Kistenweather, 24 and 15. And here comes Chris right to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get up to 5th. Doing the outside wall goes Javon Klein. Got a little tight off of turn 2. I think the tires are starting to definitely wear out. You see lap times dropping to about a second slower. So these tires are starting to get a little bit tight off these corners, especially off of turn 2. We've seen a few drivers hit the outside wall and get pretty tight. As white flagging the stage 4. Steven Maggio out in front. And for the rest of the field as well as Jonathan Barker currently in 10th place. Right behind Cody McCorkle, trying to get as many points as he can for this stage. As that just wrapped up the stage here, you got Steven Maggio, Donnie Kite, Josh Adams, Giovanni Klein, and Mark Kissel are your top 4 as they continue to battle here. And the pack goes up hard, hitting the outside wall for Mark Kissel and off for turn 2. As Cole Center right on the back bumper of him. To the inside he goes. There's a craziness behind him as they're 3 wide. Cole Snyder and Chris Wright leading the charge there. And there's Josh Arnold as well in the middle there. Hunter Sr., Cody McCorkle on the outside, and Jonathan Parker in this pack as well. As I would assume a pit stop's happening here shortly. A little bit of racy here. Hunter Senior on the outside trying to make it work there. Shooting the gap up top. You got Cole Sand, Cody McCorkle there on the top side as well as mid-pack has been really racy. Has some contact bouncing off each other there on the back straightaway. As Jonathan Parker really pushing Cody McCorkle up there, and now he's up to 7th and 8th. As almost 4 wide there. As yes, they are 4 wide there for 9th place. Up top, you got Kyle Taub, Jonathan Parker, Chris Wright, and Josh Arnold on the bottom there. As there's still 4 abreast now, 3 abreast. As Jonathan Parker just kind of stuck in this mid-pack. He's bounced out the wall. That's Nathan Lamont there in the 14 machine. As Cole Sanger gives him a shove there. And it's still going to be 3 wide, and this side drafting is not helping any of these drivers out right now. As they're kind of just slowing each other down big time. Not able to maintain with the rest of the pack. But back out in front, you got Steven Maggio. And he's pulled away pretty big margin over Josh Adams and Donnie Kite. About half a second between those drivers as the tires are starting to wear out in the field. From the field, at least, it's starting to spread out just a little bit. You're 27 laps in this one. As both those drivers on the outside wall, it's Josh Adams and Donnie Kite. You can see how tight these cars are. Some drivers are also getting loose as well. The tires are definitely starting to wear out for pretty much everyone right now. As it'd be interesting to see how long these guys can go on fuel, and it'll most likely be a 2-stop race. Given how far they went already, I think it's pretty much guaranteed a 2-stop race. If they can make it to lap 30 at least right now, it looks like everyone can. So at least it'll be at least a 2-stop race if they make it green the whole way. As I said, same way down pit lane right now. First driver on to the pit box. We'll see if anyone else follows suits right now. But you see on the right side of your screen, you will see when drivers start the pits here. See same way on his name on the screen on the right side. Into his box right now. We'll see if anyone else follows suit. But right now, Steven Maggio out in front. As once again, Giovanni Klein on the outside wall, he's really struggling on those tires. Will not be surprised if he's one of the drivers to pay a little early here. as Mark Kissler now up to third. Historically very good at saving tires. But Johnny Kite side by side with him as well on the inside. No one else has pitted yet except Sam Wade. So maybe Sam Wade just a little early pit stop for him. But the next stage is lap 44. Like Gamble comes down pit lane. Drivers continue to race pretty hard. One driver down pit lane. That's Kyle Todd there, not 3 machine. He's going to bring out pit lane. He's going to be the first driver in the top 10 in the pits. The only driver to pit on that lap as well. Continue out here for round 9th place. You got Chris Wright and Giovanni Klein side by side, and here comes a big move from Jared Skinner. That's a good run down the back front straightaway on Chris Wright. Will he take it 3 wide? No, he's going to stay behind that 28 machine and push him. Starts here as Zachary Meredith comes down pit lane. Ooh, Mark Kissenwiller all the way to the inside. Not sure what happened to him. We'll take a quick replay of that one. Just got tight, hit the outside wall. Oh, pretty hard lick for Mark Kissenwiller. Almost clipped Kyle Top there, who was coming off of pit lane. That could have been a bad deal for both of those drivers. As Josh Allen now brings it down pit lane. Into his pit stall he goes. So a couple of drivers coming in now into the pits, making those scheduled pit stops here on round lap 30 to 35. How long can these guys stretch it? There's another one driver coming up pit lane. Giovanni Klein, I believe. Yeah, a bunch of others. Josh Adams, Mark Kissler as well. Those 3 drivers coming down pit lane. As out front, Steven Maggio. Will he come to pit stop here in lap 35? Will he start another lap? Looks to be pretty low. I think he's appealing in this time. Looks like he will. RB Slater down into the pit lane, followed by Hunter Sr. and a few others. That's Cody McCorkle back there in the picture. Down pit lane is Donnie Kite will now claim the race lead here down the front straightaway. As everyone else comes down pit lane, Donnie Kite, Chris Wright, Jared Skinner, Jonathan Parker, and Cole Center all down pit lane. The only driver stayed out so far, Nathan Lamon here. Only driver has yet to pit so far here tonight. How quickly will that change? Will he come in pit lane this time? And yes, he will. He's coming down pit lane here. About 37. As everything's set going out Steven Maggio still your race leader. Kyle Taub in third. And Josh Adams in fourth. He will be in third here in a moment, once everything cycles out as well. As right now, Kyle Taub not too far behind from our race here, right on the back bumper of Steven Maggio. And coming down to the last few laps of this stage, got 7 to go in stage 2. Steven Maggio sweep the stages just like Jonathan Barker did last week. Well, Kyle Taub have something to say about it. Taub currently 4th in the points. 62 back from Jonathan Barker, who's not having a good night right now in 10th place. Just kind of got shoveled back early on, just couldn't make his way through the field after that. Right now the field pretty spread out. We still got some mid-pack battles here. Around 6th place. The same way Donnie Kite battling out Hunter Sr. Chris Wright as well. Jonathan Barker not too far behind. Sim Wade, one of the drivers who hit it pretty early about 10 laps ago, right around lap 30, 29:30. Jonathan Barker to the inside of Chris Wright, and he'll clear for 9th. He's back out front. Steven Maggio and Kyle Taub duking out here for 1st place. So right now, Steven Maggio not pulling away from Kyle Taub a little bit these last few laps. Taub had a chance there. I think if he just had a good run off of one of these corners, he would have had. He was close enough. He has some draft from that race leader, but just not enough to make anything happen really. As he hit the outside wall there, as we're nearing the end of stage number 2 here, as Jonathan Barker trying to make his way through the mid pack, trying to get around Hunter Sr. here for 7th place. Donnie Kite right in front of these gyros as well. Nose to tail from 6th to 10th pretty much there. Same way right there in the back of this pack. Marcus Miller right on the back bumper of Josh Adams there for 3rd. He's gonna push that 12 machine all the way down the back straightaway as we're coming to the white flag for stage number 2. And Steven Maggio currently in the race lead here off the final corner, and white flag in the air for stage 2. And off the final corner, Super Maggio will pick up stage 2 win and will sweep both of the stages. Let's go back here for third. Mark Kissler is still pushing up. Josh Adams up to Kyle Taub. So far doing a good job at that, as they've really caught up to this 3 machine in second. As Josh Arnold in 5th place, not too far behind as well. As everyone, all these drivers will have to make at least one more pit stop here in tonight's race. So we'll see how their strategy plays out. As a little bit of a tandem draft on the inside, there goes Adams. And here goes Mark Kissler as well. Gonna take advantage of that and put himself up to third. If he can clear Kyle Taub off the exit of turn 4. He's actually to the inside of Josh Adams. He might take second place here off of turn 4. Will anyone go with Mark Kissler? It doesn't look like they will. Kissler gonna go all the way down the racetrack, cut as much time off as he can on the front straightaway, but tandem out front on the outside line, not able to do anything there. As they continue the battle here for second place. Josh Adams, Josh Arnold now up to third. Mark Kissler back down to 5th. As here comes Kyle Taub, still fighting for that 3rd place spot. He has a little bit older tires than his drivers around him. That's why they were able to catch up to him so quickly. But now Mark Kissler going to work with Josh Arnold. And Arnold gets back around Kyle Taub. Can Mark Kissler get around Kyle Taub as well? Now they're tandeming up to Josh Adams, see if they can catch up to that 12 machine. But we go back to the mid pack. Donnie Kite, Jonathan Barker, Chris Wright working together, and they're actually catching up to this pack up ahead of them, up to second place. So that we could turn this 4-car battle for second into an 8-car battle for second here shortly, here in these closing laps, and right before the pit stops happen as well. As caution flag flies, and it looks like Giovanni Klein a little slow down the back straightaway, and this changes everything, as these drivers are just right at the fuel limits. As is around Cody McCorkle around that 11th place spot. Giovanni Klein blocks it down. Not sure he got so badly damaged. Oh, someone hit him there. I think that was Mike Campbell. Yes, it was. On 71 machine. Hit Giovanni Klein big time. Not sure. There's a bunch of smoke and Mike Camel really couldn't see much. Pow, right there. As now our race leader is coming out pit lane. Unfortunately for Giovanni Klein, he didn't have too major significant damage there. Same with Mike Campbell as well. Now their nights are most likely over. It's pit stop time for our race leaders. As off of pit lane, it's gonna be Steven Maggio. Maggio off pit lane first. Actually, Cole Sainer off pit lane first. 2 tires for that 24 machine. Interesting call from about 24. We'll take a quick break. Be right back here at Michigan. As back live here at Michigan, as Cole Sainer takes the green flag there, as Steven Maggio side by side with Josh Adams here. 4 seconds. The single file back out, down with 35 to go. It's going to be very close on fuel, I believe. It should be good by a lap or 2, but even if that's so, they might want to save a little bit for a green light checker as well. Could be important late in this one. But Cole Sainer now breaking the draft big time from Gyros behind. Marcus winner in 3rd. Josh Adams last week winner in 4th. There goes Steven Maggio to the bottom of the racetrack. Gonna try to get some clean air. Not enough though. As a lot of these drivers seem a little bit more tame on this restart than on the initial start as well. I think this might just be these drivers might just be fuel saving a little bit here. With 33 to go. As Kiss want to lose off of turn 2, but still these drivers out front, single file for the most part. Maggio trying to use that clean air on the bottom. Trying to be able to rotate that race car right now. And he's doing a good job so far, just staying in second place. You just got to really beat it at the ends. And that's really what you can just hope for. Hope for the best after that. Drivers continue to be pretty calm so far. You got Marcus Miller, Jonathan Parker side by side for 4th and 5th. But overall, pretty calm, pretty tame from what we saw earlier in this run. We saw him three wide multiple times earlier in this race, but right now it's mostly 2 wide, single file for the most part. As soon as I said, they go 3 wide in the mid pack here. Hunter Sr. on the bottom, Josh Arnold in the middle, Kyle Taub up top. Now 2x2 off the exit of turn 2. There's a little bit of a block there from Hunter Sr. on Donnie Kite. Kite had to back out of that one. He's going to lose a spot there from Jared Skinner. Might lose another one here from Chris Ray on the outside line. The aggression might be heating up a little bit. Is Cole Snyder still in the race lead? Now Stephen Maggio through stage 1 and stage 2. Now down to 4th places. Here comes Jonathan Barker on the outside line. He clears for 3rd now, as he's now in line here. Has a chance late in this one. As the inside, here goes Josh Adams. Goes side draft. Our pole sitter with 30 laps to go. Gotta reclaim the race lead. He's back out in front of Cole Snyder. Down the back straightaway they go. Mostly single file throughout the field, as this has been a really calm restart compared to what I expected. I think these guys go very aggressive early on, trying to get as many positions as they can. It has not been happening here so far. Once we restart with 35 laps to go. Side by side for second out, Jonathan Parker. Side by side with Cole Snyder off of turn 4. Had a good run through 3 and 4. Gonna try to carry down momentum down the front straightaway. He's gonna send it to the bottom of the racetrack. Cole Snyder sends it up top. Parker gets a bit tight. Snyder hangs on for now as they're alongside each other down the front straightaway. A little bit of a side draft there, but Cole Snyder now clears barely. Jonathan Parker side drafting just enough to get a run down to turn 3 and 4. As Parker slots back in line behind Cole Snyder now, as the top 10 now single file down to turn 1 and turn 2. And right now we do Ellerin crank it up here in 25 and a half laps to go here at Michigan. As we're back live here at Michigan, back from Crank It Up here. Cole Center, Jonathan Parker side by side for second. And Josh Adams continues to lead here with 22 laps to go, now 21.5 laps to go. And here comes Steven Maggio down to the bottom of the racetrack here. Fourth, third. Jonathan Parker getting a little tight off of turn 4. As here goes Mark Kissler, going to go all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. Gonna check him 3 wide here for third place. He might even take second while he at the moment, as they're back into the really battle hard here with 21 laps to go, and the battle is on. This is the aggression I was talking about. It's showing big time. Mark Kissler up to second place with that move. Cole Snyder still now down to third, as Jonathan Parker still trying to get around that 24 machine. I think he will this time. He's clear up top. And will he take it? Not quite. He's going to try to get Mark Kissler now. But he slots back in line. And he finally gets around that 24 machine. Coming to 20 laps to go this time by. As here comes Chris Wright. Josh Adams' teammate up in the mix here in fourth place. Battling for third place right now. His contact. He doors Jonathan Parker up the racetrack. As they're 3 wide. Cole Snyder going to try to split the middle. Not able to do it. He gets a loose. Same with Chris Wright, as Chris Wright falls back big time. Not Bobble now groups them up once more here in the middle of the pack, as now Steven Maggio and Cole Snyder side by side for 4th and 5th, as 3 wide behind Cody McCorkle, Hunter Sr. and Chris Wright. As here comes Josh Arnold as well in that 22 machine. Gonna help out Cole Snyder up ahead and push him by Steven Maggio, who's falling back, just like you saw Jonathan Parker fall back earlier in this one as well. And once you're kind of in the mid-pack after a few laps, it's kind of hard to get out of it and get back up front. But we're under 20 laps to go, and fuel number is still an issue here. The restart with 35 to go. They pitted around 36, 37 laps to go. So it's right around when these drivers were able to make it on their first pit stop. So it's be very close on fuel, especially if we get a green light checkered. I think most of you drivers will have to come down pit lane and do a little splash and dash if we get a green light checkered. So 3 wide here for 6th. Hunter Sr. up top. Josh Arnold in the middle. Steven Maggio on the bottom as they now the 2x2. As Steven Maggio is in 5th. Josh Arnold now moves himself up to 4th. And right now, it's still anyone's race in this top 10. I think any one of those drivers can definitely win here tonight. We've seen Chris Wright up there a little bit. Currently, he's in 9th. Cody McCorkle has been up front early in this one. Johnny Kite down in 13th, 12th place. Kyle Taub, he's been up here a few times as well. So I think those drivers in the mid-pack to the back of this lead lap definitely has the pace to maybe make something happen here late in this one. So here comes Josh Arnold now to the bottom of the track. And we get 3 wide for 2nd as Mark Kissler moves down from 2nd to 3rd, and Jonathan Parker moves himself up to 2nd once more. As here comes Jonathan Parker. He's just going to push Josh Adams and Mark Kissler when they're pushing him. So 3-car tandem on the front straightaway there. As here comes Parker now as Kissler moves up himself up to 2nd. And here comes Steven Maggio, our Stage 1, Stage 2 winner. He's now in the picture here in 4th place, fighting for 3rd as well. It's now side by side for the race lead. Kissler still side by side for 2nd with Jonathan Parker. No one's really been able to get alongside Josh Adams quite yet here, once he took that race lead away from Cole Snyder earlier a few laps ago. Mark Kissler starts on line 3rd. Here comes Steven Maggio to the bottom of the racetrack from 4th place. Going to try to make something happen. Can he move himself in the top 3 spot? Yes, he will. And he blocks Mark Kistler. There's Kistler going to work with him down the front straightaway. The 2-car tandem. Here comes Josh Adams throwing the block on that 51 machine. As there 2x2 for first and third. And here comes Steven Maggio. He won stage 1 and stage 2. He's looking for the sweep the race. He's looking for that race win here, his second of the season. He would be the first driver to win 2 races this season. And can he do it? He takes the race lead away from Josh Arnold for turn 2. And he's trying to look to pull away here late in this one. Coming to 13 laps to go this time by. As Josh went for position there for third. Jonathan Parker, Josh Arnold. As the tires are starting to wear out. And we saw Steven Maggio. How good he is once these tires start to wear out after around 20 or so laps. And right now we're about 22 laps into this green flag run. And the tires are definitely starting to wear out. The lap times are falling off. About a second off the pace. And this is where Steven Maggio thrived in stage 1 and stage 2. Josh on a little tight off the corner there. Here goes Hunter Sr. Gonna take a peek 3 wide. Not able to do anything there. As down the back straightaway, these drivers still side by side for third. Josh Arnold able to clear off a turn 4. But here comes Hunter Sr. with a good run down the front straightaway. As they're gonna make it 3 wide there. Now 2 wide for third. Hunter Sr. with a great run off of turn 4. Has the momentum. Can he slide job his way up to third place? Not quite clear enough. Josh Arnold rips the top side, get a clear Hunter Sr. off of turn 2. And here comes Jonathan Barker as well. You gotta have that drive. There's contact behind. Cody McCorkle in spinning out. He saves it with Kyle Taub, I believe, making some contact as well off of turn 2 with Cody McCorkle. Take a quick replay of that one while we have the chance. Corkle off of turn 2. As actually him and Donnie Kite made some contact there. Luckily, no one got any major contact. No one spun out there. But back out front, Hunter Sr. and Jonathan Parker. And here comes Zachary Meredith. Zachary Meredith was the driver who got very wiggly on the initial restart. But all the way back to last place. And now he's looking for a top 5 finish here tonight. With 10 laps to go here. As the inside he goes on Hunter Sr. Gonna try to make himself up in the 5th and maybe up the 4th here. As he's looking to the inside of Jonathan Parker. There's not enough momentum for now. But he's alongside Hunter Sr. for 5th. As Hunter Sr. got to the right rear quarter panel, Jonathan Parker. As here comes Cole Santa with a huge run as well. And Chris Wright and a whole bunch of other drivers. You got Jared Skinner and Donnie Kite in this group as well. And this is a battle for 3rd place overall. Parker gets really tight off of turn 2. Hunter Sr. outside wall. He's going to lose a lot of momentum. And here comes Zachary Meredith. From 4th place. Will he make it to 3rd? Looking for a slide job here in turn 3 and 4. He is clear off the exit of the corner. Zachary Meredith moves himself up in the 3rd place spot. After a terrible start, one caution has really allowed him to move his way up to the field. And now he's in the top 3 spot with 8 to go this time by. As about behind him, Jonathan Parker, Josh Arnold as well, Chris Wright, Hunter Sr., Jared Skinner, Cole Snyder, and Donnie Kite all in this group as well. As they're 3 wide out on the exit of turn 2. That is for 4th place there. There's almost some contact there. Chris Wright getting a big side job from Jonathan Parker. Donnie Kite, teammates there giving him a good shove into turn 3 and 4. Now here comes Donnie Kite ripping that top side. He's looking for that top 5 as well. Some more contact there down the front straightaway as the top 3 drivers have really pulled away from this group from behind. It's the 2 teammates working together very well. Donnie Kite and Chris Wright. There's contact there. Cole Steiner, Jared Skinner off the exit of turn 2, and Josh Arnold, Jonathan Parker. Jonathan Parker really struggling off of turn 2. I think he may have hit the outside wall. Actually got big checked up from Josh Arnold. Jonathan Parker having a terrible night. He's not able to save his tires like he usually is able to. He's usually one of the best tire savers in the league, and he just hasn't really had that long run pace here tonight. It seems like at Michigan. And Jonathan Parker is still looking for his first win of the season. Defending champion, he currently leads the points even without having that race win. Currently Cole Steiner in second, Nick Hapiak in third, not here tonight. Kyle Taub in fourth, and Nathan Lamont in fifth. All 5 of those drivers not having the best of nights, really. Best one being Cole Steiner, who's in 8th place, I believe. That's the best of those top 5, and yes, it is. Mark Kissenweather in 6th, and right now currently on the racetrack, Mark Kissenweather out of tonight. As 5 laps to go this time by for Stephen Maggio out in front. No one to challenge that 51 machine. Once 20 laps hits, his long run speed is unmatched right now in that Wii machine. No one can really touch him at all. So go back to the mid-pack here as well. 3 wide there at Nathan Lamont, Josh Arnold, and Cole Snyder is for around 9th place, is back up for the top 5 spot. Donnie Kite on the inside, the only car on the inside. You got Chris Wright, and they've caught back up with Zachary Merritt for 3rd place, and Josh Adams falling off a little bit off the pace as well, with 2.5 laps to go. Josh Adams continuing on that 2nd place spot. As almost coming to 4 miles to go. Stephen Maggio out front, no one in sight for that 51 machine. He's got to bring out one more time, and he can take the white flag here tonight and make this race official and pick up his 2nd one of the season, as long as there's no yellow flag in these next 2 miles. But some still undecided positions here from 3rd on back, maybe even 2nd, as they're really Zachary Merritt closing in on Josh Adams, Chris Wright as well closing in on Zachary Merritt. So a lot to be undecided here with 1.5 laps to go. Stephen Maggio, white flag in the air this time by 1 to go here at Michigan. As Chris Wright side by side for 3rd on Zachary Meredith. And you'll clear off for turn 2. Does he have enough momentum to maybe get up to Josh Adams as the battling behind him? 3 abreast here for 6th place, but back out for 3rd. Here comes Zachary Merritt to the inside. Off of turn 4, Stephen Maggio will win here tonight at Michigan. As they battle behind him for a 3rd place spot, coming across the line will be Chris Wright and Zachary Meredith. It looks to be Chris Wright gets that 3rd place spot. Zachary Meredith is 4th, Hunter Sr. 5th, Jared Skinner in 6th, and a very close margin between all those drivers, under a 10th, half a 10th for pretty much all of them there from 5th on back. And what a run it was. Only 1 caution here tonight as well. Steven Maggio gonna burn it down here on the front straightaway. A well-deserved win there for that 51 machine. As he's gonna park it there on the front straightaway. We're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna look at our race results and speak to our top 3 finishers right after this.
But Jonathan Parker, he locked it up in the end of stage 1. Jonathan Parker, our season 5 champion. Bryce Shoemaker is going to take the victory 128 laps without a pit stop.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win. Saturday Night Racing League and throwback at Charlotte goes to Josh Adams.
At NJBDesigns.com, we specialize in transforming your vehicle into a work of art by revolutionizing the way you see your car with the hottest trends in sim racing. Choose from a wide range of colors, textures, finishes to promote your business and sponsors in style. Whether you're looking to add a sleek matte finish, a flashy chrome accent, or a custom design that turns heads, our designers have you covered. If you want to stand out in the crowd, visit njbdesigns.com today and let our team of professionals transform your vision into reality.
As we're back live here at Michigan, we're going to take a quick look at our race results here for tonight's race at Michigan. And Steven Maggio wins it here tonight. Josh Adams in second, Chris Wright third, Zachary Meredith in fourth, Hunter Sr. fifth, Jared Singer sixth, Cal Taub seventh, Donnie Kite eighth, Nathan Lamont ninth, Cole Snyder rounding out our top 10. Josh Arnold 11th, Jonathan Parker in 12th, Cody McCorkle 13th, Sam Wade 14th, Justin Quimby 15th, Mark Kissenweather 16th, Jonathan Klein 17th, Mike Campbell 18th, Jake Millsap in 19th, and Zachary Tyler rounding out our top 20 in a 20-car field here tonight. I'm going to speak to our race winner of Steven Maggio there in that 51 machine. Bring him into the booth here quickly. Hello, Hello, Steven. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
You just had a great long run car there. It seems like after around 20 laps, you just shot through the field and pulled away big time. Talk us through that tire saving as those laps went on.
Yeah, that was a really good long run car. Yeah, I did not know coming in tonight that we were going to have a custom setup, and it just drove amazing. Like I've never had a NextGen car because I've never ran like a fixed custom setup in a league race like this, and it was just getting on the right rear so good, and I could like 4-wheel slide it out of 4 or out of 2, which was awesome. And Yeah, like I had run the fixed setup in a league race last night, and I kind of hated it because it was just plowing tight, and even in fixed, it's just plowing tight. But this was awesome, and yeah, it seemed like once we got 20 laps into a run, some other people seemed to start to fall off, and that's when I could kind of just keep the pace up, and I was just trying to run the seams to get the car even a little bit more loose and more on the right rear. But I didn't even necessarily have to. I mean, the car just drove amazing.
Yeah, it seemed like it drove amazing. You just pull it big time after about 20 laps. Talk us through your strategy there. Right when the caution came out, everyone else took 4 tires. I think Cole Center took 2 there at the end. What was your thought process there? Did you have to save a little bit of fuel maybe? It seems like it was a little tight on fuel with about 37 laps to go there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little disappointed when that caution came out since, I mean, I was gone. I think I had a 2-second lead at that point, and I had fresher tires in the field. But then the caution came out, and I was like, okay, it's fine. It's just part of racing. And then I looked at the lap, and I was like, oh, no way. This is going to be a fuel mileage race now. So then I was like, it's not that bad that Cole took 2 because I'll get his draft. But then I accidentally fell a little bit farther back than I wanted to. Not necessarily because I didn't think I could get back up there, but I mean, just the nature of racing, the farther back you get, or farther towards the middle of the pack you get, it gets a little bit more dangerous. Sometimes you'll be 3 wide and, someone might slip up, and you're just kind of racing against people that maybe you weren't racing against earlier in the night. So I was a little nervous about that, but then, got back through the field cleanly and was able to pull away at the end there.
Yeah, exactly. You got the win here at Michigan, second win of the season as well. Anyone thank for tonight's win?
Yeah, thank you to Josh Arnold for, letting me race with you guys. It's fun. Thank you to you in the booth for broadcasting. I'm sure it was a great broadcast. I'll watch it back tonight, or maybe not tonight, but at some point. Thank you to Jonathan Parker. I always kind of race him like a teammate, and he invited me to this league, so shout out to him. And I don't know who made the setup, but shout out to that guy because that was the best NextGen I've ever driven. So I think that's about it. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah, congrats on your win here at Michigan. We'll see you next time at Atlanta.
Cool. Have a good night.
Now, Steven Maggio in that 51 machine winning here tonight at Michigan. We'll speak to our second place finisher, Josh Adams, excuse me. In second there, won last week at Charlotte. And Renz is runner up here at Michigan. Hello, Josh, you got a copy?
I do.
So you get the pole here tonight and end up in second. Talk us through your run there at the end. Just couldn't have had that long run speed compared to Steven up ahead. Talk us through what maybe you could have done differently to save your tires a little bit better or whatnot.
Yeah, I think I could have challenged him, but we took off on that restart so close on fuel. And, being the car that was leading, I was, burning a little bit more fuel than most everybody else. So I didn't go down to the 4th gear strategy like Steven was. He was running the whole track around in 4th gear, and you save a little bit in the start and then get to where you're going. He's like 2/10 faster than everybody. So I was kind of just a sit and duck when he got to me, and I was too close on fuel to want to drop down to 4th and try and catch back up to him. So I kind of just settled for second, but I don't think I would have gotten back to him either way.
Yeah, still a great finish here tonight. First last week, second this week. Anyone like to thank for tonight's good run at Michigan here tonight?
Oh yeah, just everybody at Juicy Spider. We get a 2-3 finish. 2 of us on the podium this week. We missed Nick Happyack tonight, so we hope we can have him back for Atlanta next week. LRN, you guys doing the broadcast. They're fun to go back and watch. Josh for putting on a place for us to race, and just all the drivers. When we get to race green, it's pretty fun.
Well, congrats on your second place here tonight at Michigan. We'll see you next week at Super Speedway Atlanta.
Thank you.
So that was Josh Arnold in that 12 machine, and we're going to talk to our third place finisher of Chris Wright, who just got around Zachary Merritt at the end there on the white flag. Hello, Chris, you got a copy?
Yeah, what's up?
So you round yourself off in the third place, and you and Zachary Merritt had a great battle there with 2 to go, and also on the white flag as well, and you make yourself up to third at that point. Talk us through those last 2 laps. Just trying around that 17 machine.
Well, I'll give you a little bit of the full race right here. The tires really fell off after about 15 laps or so, and I felt like I was really good on the long run, but it was so hard to get that track position back. Like you just battled with the same guys that would drive up through there, and then they would race you real hard, and it was just as a driver, it was super frustrating, to kind of have to keep repeating the process, but I didn't want to burn my stuff up, and there at the end, we chose to top off. I thought the fuel was going to be a little bit closer, but talking to Steven and Josh there, they both said that they were less than a half a lap to the good, so, I mean, they were still real tight. We had a little bit over a lap more than that, so the top off I thought was going to pay off, but then that battle there at the end, I got to give a huge shout out to Donald, because I started trying to just get to the right rear in the top of 3, and we came through him like it was Daytona or Talladega on the top of 3, and Donald just shoved the crap out of me. So kudos to Donald for pushing us there and getting us up there in a position to fight for third. And then, like you mentioned, that battle with Zachary there at the end. I mean, I would pass him. He would drive down in there, slide up past me. The cars were so tight right there that it was just like we kept doing it. But finally, off that last corner, he couldn't clear up, and I was able to just get to the back of Josh because Josh had kind of came back to both of us. And once I got hooked up to the back of Josh, it pulled me by to get me third, which was basically all I was fighting for there off that last corner. Obviously, the win is not going to happen where Steven was, and I wasn't going to be able to pass them both. So just pushed Josh down the front stretch there and got us both to the line there before that 17 car.
Yeah, great result for you here tonight, finishing in third place. Anyone that think for tonight's good run?
Yeah, Juicy Spider. I mean, these guys, I know Nick wasn't here tonight. I think he's got some work stuff going on. Busy man up there. But Juicy Spider Network, all my teammates out there, Hunter, I know Jared was out here tonight. Josh was in there with us. All the Juicy Spider cars, we kind of all worked together there. And it's a lot of fun. I had a lot more fun when the tires started wearing, obviously, and these cars started being a little bit harder to drive. But it was very packy and whatnot for the short runs. We'll see more of that moving to Atlanta next week. Obviously, a full-fledged pack race. So all the people tuning in, make sure you tune in next week, and you'll see a Daytona Talladega style race at Atlanta. And a shout out to you here for doing the broadcast. Everybody over here who does the broadcast couldn't bring this to the world and all the people that watch without you taking the time to do what you do. So kudos to you. Shout out to you for doing this. And, of course, Josh for putting the league on. I saw him out here tonight running around up here at the front. I think he ended up outside the top 10, but I raced around him a little bit. I think we were 4 wide, got to know each other real good down the front stretch. So it was a lot of fun. There were some moments where I mentioned that, it was frustrating, but overall it was a lot of fun to run out here. And like I said, shout out to you for giving all these people something to watch, and shout out to all the people who watch out here too. I know I had some family watching, so hopefully next week the show's just as good, maybe a little bit better.
Yeah, well, like I mentioned, congrats on your third place here tonight at Michigan, and we'll see you next week at Atlanta.
All right, man, I'll see you there.
So that was a 28 machine of Chris Wright, picking up his second top 5 finish of the season. And take a quick look at what's going on next on the LRN schedule. Next up, we have the Stampede Racing League Juice Spider Premier Series at Iowa. They're back from a 3-week hiatus there. And on Monday nights, we have the 5 Points Racing League Turnkey Network Solution Series at Phoenix. Chase Race number 1 that season coming to an end as well. And then Superstar ARCA Legacy Atlanta wrapping up their regular season with 2 races left to go in there. And the Under Super Cup Series at Richmond, just getting started around, I believe, race number 7 for those guys. And then next week we go to Atlanta, the new Atlanta Super Speedway version. We do also go to Legacy Atlanta later in the season as well. So one of 2 Atlanta races this season, but it's going to drive completely different than the other one. It was the opener last season, so it should be a good one this season as well. So we will see you then next week, and we'll see you guys Sunday night for the next broadcast here on the Legends Racing Network. Thank you guys for watching.